Hello, Yann. Hey, I wanted to show you the front of your NeXT Cube. I mean, it's just got a couple little nicks. Not a deal breaker. This was used at the Bell Atlantic repair shop. And then on the back it says Solomon Brothers. So I'm guessing it probably originated from the trading shop out of New York. And they probably had it serviced at Bell Atlantic, which was NeXT's repair shop back in the day. So it's going through the boot process. Looks like everything is going good. I put that 300 megabit per second SD card in, and then I've got a backup in there as well for you. I just kind of put it in alongside the SD card. I did mount it. It makes it easy to get to until I try my little extension cable here a little bit later. And if that works, my thought is we might be able to, well, I haven't actually tried to fit it, but I think it might work right about here. This is something that I'm just tinkering with because on these dual optical slot systems, we've got a little bit of space, so it may, just kind of hang out the front, or we could maybe see if we could work it in the back there as well. But at any rate, I've got a working configuration for you. I am running pretty tight on time, and I'm thinking that if we ship tomorrow, everything should be fine. I want to actually let it run overnight. And I also want to maybe install a few more apps for you. Make sure our floppy drive is working. It should come up here shortly, or eject it if it doesn't like it. And let's see, if I go to disk, maybe it'll say that there's a disk there. That's the other thing I wanted to make sure the CD DVD is reading as well. It should work just fine. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So we've got Nova. And then I want to see about the floppy disk as well. It looks like it is in place. And I'm hoping I have that cable plugged in. If not, I'll open it back up and double check. But other than that, let's see, maybe it'd be something like an untitled disc, which a beach ball stopped spinning. So it may take, it's not going to be a speed demon, or 1990s technology. Would speed up the performance if we had one 2 gig SD. So I could do that for you as well. Maybe we'll touch base on email, and I'll send you the links to see if there's any last minute adjustments you want me to make. And also I wanted you to check, because the monitor, and I believe the keyboard and mouse are there, you said. So if you could take a look at it, make sure everything arrived okay. And then I'll get the rest probably out tomorrow. I don't see why there would be any delay. I'm running into about, it's close to 5, and the pack mail closes at 5:30. And with my hip, it's kind of hard to get this stuff boxed up, and I do have assistance coming tomorrow, or even later tonight, where I can complete this project. And I want to tinker with that color system, so if I can send them out, or the color printer as well, see if I can get that back up and running tonight. But at any rate, hey, I'm going to call it another successful project and see if there's anything fun on the Nova CD. This was one of the first third-party CDs by Timothy Luoma that I can copy over there for you. Let's see if there's any fun games. Or if he's got Doom on here. I'll copy a couple. Let's see, let's try Alice Cube. I'm not sure what that is. And so what I could do, so the way I have this set up, here's your additional 5 discs. They're all 2 gig. Below that, I put local apps, right? And then below that, I've got the complete, peanuts 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then the fatted calf. Ooh, that looks kind of fun. The Alice Cube. So you can drag and drop from a CD. And so what I'll do is I'll just drop it into the main local apps file. So you just kind of grab it and go over here. And with any luck, it should give us the copy command. It's always a live demo, isn't it? Man. Come on. There we go. I just have to be patient. Oh, it mounted the it mounted the floppy for us. That's what was going on. Okay, so there, and you drop it in, you're going to see the copy icon, and then it'll say copying in the background. To see that process, you can actually go over to Tools, Processes. It'll pop open a panel, and then you can do background, and it already had copied. So let's try another one. Let's try checkers and Chinese chess. We might as well do both those in columns. So we'll grab 3 of them. Ooh, culture shock. Yeah, we got to do those. So let's try those 4. We're going to drop them into local apps up here, right? And then you're going to see them appear over here as a background process. And it should start copying. In a perfect world. I don't think that's throwing too much at it. It's probably still thinking about, how many hard drives do I have now? Okay, there we go. So what it does first is it kind of sizes them up, makes sure there's room. And then it's going to go through and start copying. And so that process, you can actually, if we launch local apps now, right? So we go down to local apps. We're going to look at where it's throwing those. And since I have a games folder here, why don't we just put that up here, okay, on your window. And instead of cluttering up, for example, now that checkers is copied, we can drag and drop checkers to games. Just that simple. And what did we have? We had culture shock, which is still copied. We had Alice Cube, which is copied, so I could go and drop that in there into your games folder. And Chinese chess is through, so I could do that. So we'll drop that into your games folder. It's nice having this multitasking feature. And culture shock's kind of a neat one. So we'll just let that go. Let's see, what else can I show you? You can boot this up as a Mac if you want, using the Daydream app. And let's see, Squash 3, that's our floppy. So you click that to access. And if you want to format that floppy, go up here to disk, and you can click initialize, okay? And I want to make sure that it is picking the right disk, for one. So I want to make sure that it's going to initialize this disk and not something else. And maybe I'll wait until it's finished copying. But let's see what it's going to list. If it lists the Squash 3 disk, then we're in business for initializing. You know what? I am not going to take a chance being this far along. And it's just about done copying. So let's not throw that formatting in until Culture Shock's finished, which it should be here in just a second. In fact, what we could do, we've got that there. That is on our file viewer. And so it's probably putting it in the library. So say you want to take, you've got your local apps up here. We're going to go to Culture Shock, right? That's, yeah, just drag that folder right into games. Okay. And it should copy it over just fine. Now, if I go here and I do initialize, it shouldn't give me any grief about background processes. You can choose file formatting next. It's also got, I believe you should be able to do Mac as well as DOS. But let's see if it's write protected maybe. I'm not sure. So now it's going to be initializing that disk in theory. And you should see that come up down here in your console. There's a little bit of a lag on this stuff because I've got so much installed. And maybe we could talk about that over email as well. As a 2 gig partition, a single partition should help quite a bit. Okay, and it is done, I believe, initializing, or it's found a bad block. Wouldn't you know it? A bad block on a 30-year-old floppy disk. Who would have thought? So I'm not sure if it's going to be able to do anything other than yell at us about CRC errors, which is okay. You know, at least we know the floppy is working. It's a new old stock floppy drive, and it's going to retry, and then if it doesn't like it, it'll just kick it out, which I suspect it probably will. In the interim, we should be able to, you know, maybe we'll check out Culture Shock. And yep, Squash 3 is now given a question mark. My day. There we go. Culture Shock and the app. Let's just launch that. See, wanted to see if sound's working as well. I am not sure if there's a sound card in this monitor, or not a sound card, but a speaker. I haven't checked that yet. I know the one that I sent you has a working speaker and microphone, the monitor. So, let's see. We should be able to test the sound anyway. If I go over here to preferences. Hey, there's Culture Shock. So, it's basically a matching game that someone's made. And you have to remember which panels are behind. And then it's got sound as well. Let me launch preferences. I want to see if I've got my sound going here. If I sound tired, it is because I am tired. Okay, so and we go here to sound. This is going to play a sound for us. And I've ordered in replacement speakers too, so I'm going to be able to, all these speakers that don't work, I can get those working. Hey, so we do have sound. That's huge. I'm happy about that. Let's do, what are we doing here? How about new game? So it's going to flip over the tiles, I think. What? What do I have to guess? I don't know here. Oh, well, I don't know. I guess I'm not doing too good at Culture Shock. Is there something different other than the picture under there? Okay. What?
It's lit a lot better in the dark.
Ah, okay. Yeah. This is Simpsons. Jeez, I mean, that's how long the Simpsons have been going. Okay. What am I doing, man? I'm just picking stuff at this point, apparently. All right, I forgot the rules on this one, so we're going to go ahead and quit. But there is an FAQ on it, probably. Exciting. Okay, Void's a game you can play over the network. I remember we used to play that one. Typing Arcade is where you type the letters as they fall to learn how to type, which I never, I kind of henpeck. So let's see, get ready. Let's see how bad I am. If there's going to be caps with one hand, I'm hosed. I got the W. That's a start. E. Oh, you get the idea. Congratulations, you've typed one letter. All right, so that being said, hey, it did. I think it formatted our floppy even with the CRC errors, right? Yep. Interesting. Okay, so it ran an FSCK on it, formatted over the bad sections, and so that should be a working floppy now. At any rate, signing off. And Yann, I really appreciate your business and patience in all this, and your understanding with this fractured hip. And so I'm going to go ahead. Let's see if we can eject. I want to check and eject. See if it'll work. That's good. And then we're going to see if it'll eject a Nova CD as well from the operating system, because I added these two in. Let's go. Come on. All right. So everything seems to be working, and I hope you're excited for your cube. It's been a pleasure working on it, and I've finally got everything all integrated for you. Have a good day. We've got new caps, new RAM, new Zulu 2.0 cards, so you got the latest card. And I've got your RAM, a backup in there. I'm going to include that custom cable, and it is for sure going tomorrow. As I say, I'll have help, and I want to just kind of go through and double check a couple more things. But other than that, we're good to go. Have a good day.